doing a good job, then that person is not just going to be before mean men, which mean there just means common, right? It just means a regular man. He's not just going to be serving regular men. He's going to be brought before kings. It's going to be brought before important people's attentions how good this person works. And specifically when it comes to Secret Service, it shouldn't just be anybody. It should be a diligent person, someone who actually can get the job done, someone who can actually have the skill. That's what should be promoted. And so to reject a qualified man for the job, just because you want to have 30% women in that workforce, that's actually being sexist towards men. That's actually you being sexist for wanting to exclude men who are actually qualified, trained, fit for the job, big enough to protect the president. These are things that are actually true. And besides just that, because there's been a lot of crazy things happening in the world recently, right? Hurricane Beryl, assassination attempt, but recently throughout the weekend there was a major event that happened concerning this government, this agency called CrowdStrike. I don't know if anyone's heard about it already or if they've been affected by it, but CrowdStrike is a cybersecurity firm that provides software to thousands of companies worldwide. It's based in Austin, Texas, right? So it's based in Austin, Texas, so right here from Texas, unfortunately, because you're going to hear what happened. CrowdStrike's software update gone wrong caused what is believed to be the biggest IT outage ever. So basically what happened was they sent an update to computers. I don't know, this has always been weird to me how the computers will always be updating, right? Where it'll ask you update and then restart, or if you want to shut down the computer, it'll have all these options, update and shut down, right? And sometimes those updates will go through and I'm like, I'm not even on internet. How is it getting these updates? But anyways. But these updates, they sent an update to through software, and it was caused by a defect found in the Falcon content update for Windows hosts. So it was supposed to be an update that was going to be good, it was going to be beneficial to the system, but the outage, this software actually caused the Windows hosts, which is the computers for Windows, to crash. And the problem with that is there was a major update, right, sent to lots of companies, lots of places. So it affected a lot of computers to the point where you turn on the computer and it had this update and you just see the blue screen of death. I don't know if everyone's ever seen that before, where the Windows computer will just turn a blue screen and you'll see like the colon with the slash, just kind of like a dead face, and it says that the system crashed or whatever. And this affected 8.5 million devices was affected by this outage. So airlines, hospitals, criminal courts, driver's license, Texas driver's license, right, DMV, Department of Public Safety, all these agencies were affected by these. Some of them, lots of airlines were just like completely just immobilized because of this and are still being affected by this. Border crossing delays, banks. And you might ask yourself, well, how did this, like, what does this have to do with the sermon and the DEIs? Well, the thing is that this same company, CrowdStrike, was heavily promoting DEI, is heavily promoting DEI to the point of Elon Musk making fun of them because of this, because they were in a bright gold membership about DEI, and basically the company that, like, this program was called Bright, and Elon Musk made fun of them saying like, oh, well, it's not so bright now that you had all these hires, because in Austin, if you know anything about Austin, it's a lot of homosexuals in Austin. It's like a heavily gay community in Austin. There's more than 100,000 LGBTQ community in Austin. So it's just heavily full of gay people, more than 6%. So go to 1 Peter 3:7. So this is something that a lot of people are poking at and saying the same thing, is that you shouldn't be hiring people just because they're trans. You shouldn't be hiring people because they're gay. You shouldn't just be hiring them because they're homosexuals. You should just be hiring them because they're women. You shouldn't just be hiring them because they're men. You should be hiring someone based on their skill, because just one mistake can cause people like all around the world to go through severe problems because of just this one mistake. And 1 Peter, going back to the topic of women in the security, women in this security detail, it says in 1 Peter 3:7, says, likewise ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So the Bible specifically calls a wife, calls a woman, the weaker vessel. Go to Numbers 1. Numbers 1. So there's the book of Numbers, and this is going to be a passage that's really easy to remember, because it's Numbers 1, verses 2 and 3, okay? So just remember 1, 2, 3, okay? So Numbers 1, verses 2 and 3. And this is the children of Israel being numbered, and when they were numbered by men, by the men that were in the camp. And it says in Numbers chapter 1, verse 2 and 3, it says, in Numbers 1, 2, and 3, so Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. Chapter 1, verse 2, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers with the number of their names, every male by their polls. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies. So when he describes this group of people, that these are the people that are able to go forth to war, these are the people who are going to be in your army, it doesn't say women, it doesn't say dogs, it doesn't say children, it says the men, 20 years and upward. It calls them males. And it is a shame today in our society that women are being paid to protect men. It is a shame today in our society that there are promotions about the United States Army, about just Marines, just whatever basically military section you want to talk about. There's just campaigns one after another, Air Force, about women getting into these institutions, and really it's a joke and it's a laughingstock. It's a shame on America that we've gone so left on this issue that we are literally paying women to be our protectors, that we're paying women to do a man's job because the men are too soft and the men are too just letting the women do whatever they want, to the point where the men themselves are not the protectors, and it's the women protecting this country, and it's the women protecting even the former president himself. Go to Joshua 1:14. Joshua 1:14. So Joshua chapter 1, verse 14, this is, of course, the children of Israel about to go into the promised